Hi everyone, this is Dr. Karamachi. Today I want to talk about bankruptcy and how coronavirus is causing them or leading to them. Lately, there are several companies that have filed for bankruptcy because of the way economy is. This includes the Hertz rental company, this includes JCPenney, and numerous other companies. You can look that up in the news. There are also multiple healthcare companies that are filing for bankruptcy. I think Quorum Health, which owns 14 hospitals in rural areas in the country, is on the verge of bankruptcy. I don't remember if they filed for it or not. Then we have multiple private physician groups that are on the verge of bankruptcy. Some of them are getting back on their feet. A lot of primary care groups are seeing a reduction of around 30% in their volume among the patients that are coming in for primary care. So we don't know if those volumes will go back up to normal in the next few months or not. So that's going to decide what's going to happen with their future. So the question is, obviously, they have CEOs and all who make those decisions on bankruptcy and so forth. The question for you and me is, how do we deal with this? Like, whether you're furloughed or whether you're laid off, what do you do? The easier path is to get assistance from the government, and they'll probably pay through the end of the year, and that should pay. They usually pay through unemployment claims and so forth. But after that, what's going to happen? Would you be able to reintegrate with the workforce? How your skills will be. So a lot of times when we employ staff, we look for any gaps. We prefer staff who don't have gaps in their career. So if you have a prolonged gap, like in this situation, the gap can go anywhere from 1 to 6 months. If you have a prolonged gap, chances are, if somebody is hiring you, they would prefer somebody who has worked during those 6 months rather than, those who stayed at home. So, if you're in a situation where you're either laid off or you're furloughed, then I would prefer, I think the best course of action would be to prefer to reapply for a job. If that's not possible, you should look at reskilling, where you can learn new things to get your skills, and also you should look at padding up your resume so that you have a bigger set of skills when you come out of this. So those would be some constructive ways to build your strength as a candidate for the next job. And if you're a business owner, I want to talk about quitting. A lot of us go through the process of, we quit one day and we go back, and I go through that as well. And the problem with quitting is, if you get into the habit of more and more quitting, it's really hard to go back to, doing the hard work and getting back on your feet and running the company. So I work with a lot of my clients who have subconscious mind issues, especially around quitting. And I have some strategies that that I work with them in private, where we give them solutions so that they can get out of the cycle. Because a lot of people, they have a really good day and they have a bad day. They have a really good day and they have a bad day. So they go through this cycle where they're going up and down. What we really want to see in business owners is to be on a path where they're going upwards all the time. So in sales and in performance, it is shown as upward going sales or increasing sales each year. So those are actually trends that you're looking for in terms of the results. So for that to happen, the business owner or the person who's making all the decisions should be constantly working rather than quitting. So I would advise you, like if you're in such a situation where you see yourself quitting more often, feel free to reach out to me, send me a DM. If you're in the process of looking for a job and you feel like you're quitting on yourself, send me a DM. I can share some of my thoughts with you. It's really important to be not comfortable. I see a lot of people are getting more and more comfortable. Especially the staff, once they are laid off, they are getting unemployment checks, and obviously that will pay for electricity, utilities, all the bills. But they don't realize what's going to happen on the other end on the crisis. You know, when everything is said and done, you're competing with 30 million other people. You know, you really don't know if you have a chance. So that's something to think about. I know these are stressful times, but it's also very important to be on your feet. Okay. So these are some of the thoughts I wanted to share real quick today. I would like to engage with you further. I have a wonderful Memorial Day. If you're on vacation here in Florida, enjoy the beaches, you know, go to restaurants, support all the businesses here. If you're home up north, try to have some family time, and just relax. You know, hopefully you're not watching the news. You know, I don't want you to watch the news and get into the fear cycle that they want people in. So again, have a wonderful holiday. I look forward to talking to you all again. Bye.